Hi, Genki Call here with Raid Boss for the weekend of January 21st, 2022. We have Dark Zuul'Goth this time. So before I get started, I want to go over a few things regarding the shop, and that is that we have a new weapon in here. It is my favorite type of weapon. It does the explosion. It grants a random status effect to all Divinian Fields allies and then summons as well. Plus, you don't have to run this weapon with Oracle. Why does that say Raksha? You don't have to run this with Oracle in order to be a centaur or from Divinian Fields in order to get a boost because the final trait is going to give you a random status effect. So it doesn't even matter. You can use anything you want. You'll still get the boost from this weapon as far as the random status effect goes. Love that. Also, troops that you can get in the shop here. Anything that you see in my description code below or in my descriptions below are troops that I go over. You can get Artema, you can get the Orrery, you can get Centuragon. If you don't have Centuragon, I recommend buying a few tiers until you get him because he is one of the best troops in the game. We also have Astral Mother, the World Breaker, just all kinds of different Divinian Fields troops that you can get in the shop here. Now, it is rare to get one of the Mythics, but Centuragon should be pretty easy to get. I happen to get one of him from the 3 tiers that I bought here. All right, so for teams, for people with no legendaries, I've got the Mountain Crusher, Atlanta, Nightwing, and Orrery. Now, if you look at my description below, I have a note there. This is for the lower levels. Once you get to the higher levels and you can no longer one-shot Zuul'Goth with your Godslayer, Nightwing, you should switch to Mang or Trickster Shot or Earth's Fury, Rope Dart, anything you can. Hit Zuul'Goth with something to strip off his armor before you hit him with Nightwing, and that will help you to one-shot him for longer. Also, this team was built around the idea of getting through these early levels quickly because Atlanta will hit all damage or damage all enemies. Um, you know, she gets some bonus yellow mana. We've got the Orrery who's going to create that Starstorm, which is purple and yellow gems. Plus, Orrery will do damage based upon yellow and purple gems. So I generally don't cast with Orrery when I take it with me, but I think it'll be fine in this event. But I think, yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and try this out. And I've got multiple teams for you, of course, as usual. We're going to go ahead and like plow through these early levels. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I do have a tiny tutorial all about the Raid Boss event, and I will link that in the description below as well. However, the most important thing you need to know is that your Godslayer here is going to do 3 to 5 times damage based on Ascensions. Based on Ascensions means that at the base, at its base rarity, it will do 3 times this damage to Zuul'Goth. At Legendary, it will do 4 times this amount. And if you have it up to Mythic level like I have, then you'll get 5 times this damage to Zuul'Goth. So Ascensions really matter in siege, tower events and raid boss events. Makes a big difference. So, anyway, let's go ahead and do another battle or 2 or 3 with this team because it's can't really show you how well it works because they are very easy right now. Nightwing does create a bunch of mana. Part of it will feed back into herself, and yellow and purple. And the purple, actually, yellow will feed Atlanta. Actually, they'll both feed Atlanta, so this should be pretty sustainable for quite a while. Hopefully. That's the idea anyway. Go ahead and do this. And maybe we'll do one more with this, and then we'll switch out to a team with legendaries on it. Another troop that if you have made it to the underworld and you have gone to the Wild Court, then you will be able to pull a troop called the Wendigo, who also does damage to all enemies. Only he does more damage because he's a legendary. So you can get him with your Chaos Shards there. I think he's on this next team. Manage paste. Yes, he is. So this time we're going with Artema, and Artema I have at the front of the team for a couple of reasons. First of all, she has a chance to do true damage with skulls. Second, she has a 40% chance to dodge skull damage. That is higher than usual. So even if she gets hit with skulls, she may dodge it. And then she explodes a row, helps you get mana for your team, does damage to the two weakest enemies, boosted by ally centaurs. So with the ×5 ratio. So she's going to be hitting really hard. We've got the new weapon that I love so much, the Eye of Orion down here. I'll show you the upgrades since I was talking about that. Armor, armor, magic, armor, magic. Gain 4 life, give 1 mana to all allies, silence the first enemy, very useful, and cause a random positive status effect on myself. You'd think that that was a wasted trait, and I was thinking that myself, but like I said, you can use any class with this weapon and you'll still get that, so that's pretty cool. And then the Wendigo does damage to all enemies, boosted by Hunter's marked enemies. He does Hunter's mark a random enemy anytime you match red gems, and yeah, the rest of that doesn't matter. So let's take this in, see how it goes. All of these teams are using Oracle. But when you get later on, you're going to want to move your hero to the front, use one of those weapons I talked about that strips armor, and unless you're using Trickster Shot, in which case you can leave it back there, but Earth's Fury or Mang, that kind of thing. Yes, I know I gave them skulls. She dodged it. Switch classes to something with rock solid so that when you match brown gems, you'll get a barrier that will help your team survive those later levels. So this isn't as fast. It would be if I was getting mana for the Wendigo more quickly, but there we go. Just take that, thank you. Do this. And this. Whoopsie. Oops, I lost where I was going. So I have another team that is similar to use. Let me use this one more time here. Because it's meant for the later levels. The next team I'm going to show you. And that is what I'm going to show you in a minute. So definitely always target Zuul'Goth with your Nightwing. And like I said, once you can't one-shot him with Nightwing anymore, you need to get Earth's Fury or one of those weapons in here that can strip off his armor before you cast with Nightwing. So I will show you what I'm talking about here with that alternate method to kill. We'll put this in here. I've got Nightwing in the front, which is risky because Nightwing has no skull damage reduction. However, he does have, if you trait him, and you don't have to trait him if you're not going to have him in the front of your team. But the skull damage is the reason why he's at the front of the team. And it's not going to do me any good. He's not going to do this bonus skull damage against anything except for Zuul'Goth in this environment. However, Rope Dart is going to pull Zuul'Goth to the front for me so that I can hit him with skulls with Nightwing. So that is another way you can do it, especially if you're worried about not being able to hit him or not being able to one-shot him. So I do that, and then I can hit him with skulls and a spell. So that is another way that you can do things later on. But certainly not necessary at this low level. I'm going to actually do this. No, he didn't kill. Oh, Wendigo, you suck sometimes. I don't know. Maybe Artema would be better to put in here. Let's see. So that is another way to go about killing Zuul'Goth. Let's do a couple more teams. These both have Mythics. This first team is... Oh, I hate it when I do that. There we go. So this is a team that I use in Delves all the time. Obviously not Eye of Orion. I usually use a different weapon here, and I use Herdmaster here. But this is a good team, at least for within delving. Of course, they're all stronger when you're delving because of your horde, but thought I'd give this a try. Take purple and yellow. Thank you very much. Get rid of some of those skulls. Oh, fine, if you're going to be that way. And then we'll do this. So let's see, I'll do a couple more with this team's, at some point I'm going to be able to cast with Astral Mother. Those remove gems aren't going to do anything except boost her spell. And it's a ×5 boost ratio, so that is going to help, but anything you can kill before you cast with Astral Mother is going to make her spell stronger because it is scatter damage. It's not a set amount of damage like with some of the other troops. All these skulls. All right, well, it might be a good idea to just put Nightwing at the front. But, like I said, it's going to be risky because if she dies and you don't have your Godslayer, you're in trouble. So you might want to put 2 Nightwings on your team. If one for the front and then one just in case. But that is, of course, entirely up to you. So, let's see. Yes, I'll take the match 4. Thank you. I'll take that. Definitely want that. Or go ahead and hit him. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to remove purple, actually, because that's what we have the most of, and it one-shotted them, which is great. So the last team that I'm going to show you is one from my brother, and that is this one. Centuragon. Centuragon and the Wendigo. So you might want to use a different troop here. You might want to put a second Nightwing right here. Up to you. If you do put a second Nightwing here, you won't be using green, so you'll want to choose a banner which is minus green. That is my recommendation anyway. Getting lots of Valravens. That's awesome. Help my guild. Let's see. I need purple and green. Centuragon is going to be especially good for those battles that have Apophysis on them. Just because of all those skulls, he can chomp them up. Hopefully, he'll devour somebody. I should point out that you cannot devour Zuul'Goth. You can't stun him. You can't insta-kill him. You can't do any kind of status effect on him. So don't try to use Essence of Evil on him because it won't work. Alright. Well, yeah, we'll do this. And let's go ahead and use that method I was talking about. I need some skulls though, so maybe that was a wasted thing, but yeah, I had a match 5 there. I wasn't paying attention. That's probably a waste. No, I get a match 4. I'll just go ahead and take one of these guys out. This has been kind of underwhelming. Underwhelming battle. Let's do another one. I have the World Breaker. I didn't even look at him. I like some of these other teams. If I find something more interesting later on, you know what? This is not what Bree had in here. Bree had Trickster Shot in here. My bad. Hold on. Let me see. What am I doing? This is the one Bree had. What in the world? That was... I knew that looked wrong. Alright, hold on. Let me see if that pasted properly. Manage, paste. This is the team I was meaning to show you. Doggone it. Alright, I knew that wasn't right. I was thinking, I don't think that he used rope dart, and I was right. Alright. I think this is risky with the skull spammers and whatnot in here, but why did he put Nightwing at the front? I don't know, but we're gonna try it. Purple. Let's see if we can one-shot. Oh. Okay, so we'll do one more battle. The nice thing, pardon, the amazing thing about Trickster Shot is that, you know, you get a ton of attack from using Mang or Earth's Fury, that kind of thing. With Trickster Shot, you're getting magic, a ton of magic. So the more armor you remove, the more magic you're going to get, and it's just amazing on those high levels. So good. Still not sure why Nightwing's in front. I think that's really dangerous, but Trickster's Shot alone can win the battle. We'll try this again, and he's using Assassin. Why? I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna do it Genki Call style. So I would do this on high levels. I would say to go with Elementalist. It's the safest bet you've got. It's going to stun and entangle everything on match 4s except for Zuul'Goth. So that will mean that they can't hit you with those skulls that they create. Plus, Elementalist has Rock Solid, so I match any brown and I will get a barrier. She's gonna turn green. Apophysis turns green to skulls, and the easy way to keep that in mind, which color she converts, it's the one in the background. She has green behind her, and that's how I remember. So, yeah, we need that. I'll just go ahead and see. It goes up, 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 up. And tons of yellow and purple. We'll do this. That didn't do a lot. Orrery really doesn't do a lot. Personally, I would throw a second Nightwing in here if you're on those really high levels. But, you know, that is my personal preference. Anyway, that's what I've got for you for now. If I find a team that's absolutely fantastic that I didn't tell you about, I'll make another video. In the meantime, I hope that this was helpful. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.